Adaku, I went the nice route and it didn't go in my favor. Now it's time to do things the hard way. Right now I'm looking at places to live at. Why look for a new place while paying for this hotel when you can just stay at my family's estate for free? What days will I have Keith and what days do you want him?
You can see him whenever you like, but you won't have him. I want full custody.
Max, it's so good to see you. Hi, Mom. You're definitely not as ecstatic as I am. Thank you for meeting with me, Miss Drake. Don't thank me just yet. Why am I here, Commissioner? You're here to help me keep my son. Mom, how long are we supposed to stay here? It won't be long. I'm looking at a new place for us to stay. A new place? Permanently? We'll have to. But Mom, I want to be able to go back to Theodosius's palace. Are you sure you want to make that decision, Jeremiah? I'll have to. Do what you need to do, Jeremiah. Ou pas besoin travailler avec un mou qui tue tifia. It just gives me chills, just thinking about it. When we moved in here, Heidi Russo told us about Elvira. This whole time, Devante was the one responsible for Elvira Russo's passing. Hello, Jeremiah. Haven't heard from you in a while. Why do you look so troubled? Are you not happy to see me? That's not it, Mom. I am happy to see you. Then why do you look so bothered? Probably because I'm in the hotel of the man who took Zia Elvira's life. I understand that. Don't worry about that, though. I'm definitely not going to stay here long. Does that mean you'll be back home? I would love to be back home, Max. The issue is that your father doesn't want me back home. Do you think it's permanent? Are you and Dad gonna get a divorce? What makes you so sure that I'd be willing to represent you, especially when your actions made you an enemy with the Russos? Last time I checked, you're no longer a part of that family, but my son is. What went on between Heidi and I have nothing to do with you or your son. I can't change the past, but I don't want to lose my only child because of it. Why exactly do you want me as your lawyer? Does this mean that you want to move back in with your father? I don't want to move back in with Dad. Not after what he did. That doesn't mean I don't ever want to go back to Theodosius's palace if he ends up going to prison. But Ulissa, if your father goes to prison, who do you think will run the hotel? I sure can't, no matter how many years I've lived there and seen how your father runs things. Do you want to sell the hotel, Mom? What are you doing in my house? Is that how you treat a friend? Just because our daughters are friends doesn't mean that we are, Devante. Jeremiah, please don't tell me that you're buying what the media is saying about me. It doesn't matter what the media is saying about you. I'm not going to be associated with anyone who is being charged for taking the life of a young girl. That's not anything you have to worry about, Max. Why am I not surprised? What? That's the same sort of answer that Dad gave me. Has everyone forgotten that it won't be long until I'm 18? Why can't I just get a solid answer? I really don't want to stress you out more than you already are. I'll be honest. Right now, I can't give you a solid answer. Not when your father and I hurt each other so terribly. Did you ever love Dad? I never would have agreed to marry him if I didn't. Believe me, Max, I didn't marry your father just because of his last name. If you loved him, then Why did you cheat on him in the first place? Terry hired Udell Mitchell as her lawyer. I need someone just as good. Sounds like I'm not the person you're looking for. How come? Because I'm not just as good as Udell Mitchell. I'm much better. You can prove it by taking this case. Okay, I'll be your lawyer. Thank you, Miss Drake. As your lawyer, I must say that you could have avoided all of this if you were faithful to begin with. Since you were the one who broke your wedding vows, defending you will be a bit of a challenge. Luckily for you, I'm only looking for joint custody. I do love my son, but I'm still a man with needs. I won't be able to sell the hotel even if I tried. Your father still owns the majority of it. He'll have to decide who the hotel goes to if he goes down for what he did. Even though we found out what sort of man your father is, he still loves you and your sister. I can't see him going to prison without making sure that the two of you are provided. That settles it. We don't have to move out of Theodosius' palace for good, but we still need to figure out who will run the hotel. You and your sister certainly can't run a hotel either. Then let us own the hotel and get one of the managers to run the hotel until me or Nichelle are able to run it. Ulissa, do you want to run Theodosius' palace in the future? Guess you won't be able to help me out as a character witness when I go to court. No, I won't. Even after everything I've done for you, when you needed legal help, I was able to get Udell Mitchell to be your lawyer. Why did we need a lawyer in the first place, Devante? Since you got yourself involved in our situation with the Russos, you were the one who made things worse. We should have known what sort of person you were when that happened and cut you out of our lives. Are you really gonna let your wife speak to me like that, Jeremiah? Yes, because my wife is right. When you heard about what Gianni did to my business, you were ready to go to war. You've shown to us what sort of person you are. Because of that, I need you to leave this house and never come back. Okay, I'll go. Before I walk out of that door, I must warn you that you're making a huge mistake. I don't like admitting it, but I was a fool. When I got involved with Commissioner Burke, I felt like he offered something that your father couldn't. Unfortunately, I was blind to see that it was all a facade. I'm sorry that my stupid choice made your life complicated. Not only am I unsure if I'll lose my freedom, but now I'm unsure if your marriage will be over. Here's another piece of legal advice, Commissioner. Keep that to yourself, please. Yes, ma'am. I'll be in touch. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Theodosius' palace has been in our family for generations, Mom. I can't imagine it being run by anyone else. Please don't make me have to move out of there for good. I want out of this hotel, but I don't want to leave Theodosius' palace behind. What does he mean we'll regret it? You both don't think that Devante will come after us, do you? Don't worry, Shelly. I wouldn't let him. Whoa. If it's money you want, I don't have it. Take my card. There's more than enough in there.